Good afternoon and welcome back. Okay, I haven't streamed in a while, so every setting that I had on OBS didn't work. Yay! So, chaos as usual. Okay, echo. We don't want an echo. That's not good. Okay, so, let's figure this out. So, um, first, a bit of a pretext so that you know what's going on here. Um, last weekend, there was a game jam that I participated in, and the game jam's theme was Good Morning, and I created a small game where you deliver water to some spots in the desert to kind of wake up the desert and spawn some plants in. And the game was this. Which for some reason runs horribly. As game jam games do. Okay, now it seems to be working, so let's set this on high. These are the controls, we can't change them yet, so that's a bit of an issue there, but then we also a bit of sound. For some reason they defaulted to 0 because I didn't set up anything properly, so that's that. So you are this little bot and you're supposed to bring water to those spots over there, but first you need to have water because at the moment your tank is empty, which you can see on the back here and also on the bar on the top. So we get over to the spot, fill up the bot till all the bars are done, and we get a confirmation that we have filled up, and then we drive over here, deposit that, and then the ground is watered and plants pop up. That was the jam game, and then we have 17 planters in the world because I thought it was funny to have kind of a reference to one of the streamers that was organizing the game jam, who likes the number 17 because it's her birthday. And so yeah, that's the game basically, and you drive to all of them, bring water to them, and there are a few issues. For instance, the particles are going through the bot, and you can drive through these drains here, and they get triggered and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that game. And then I picked this up and I added a few things yesterday and today already. Changed one or two small things. Still haven't fixed this. Something we can do in a moment. Should be easy to do. It's just setting standard values. So, first thing that I changed is the particles are bouncing off a bit and are not falling through the bot anymore. and then we have kind of a barrier around this where you can drive into it on one side, and then everything is deposited into that drain and nothing goes beyond that. There is some issue that I have in here for the moment that nothing's spawning. I think I might have cut a connection somewhere, but that's something we can easily fix. So what did I do? Oh yeah, here what I'm doing is I'm spawning in the foliage, the plants and stuff like that. I'm first finding a random point around the drain here, this area here, and in a radius of 1,500 units, and then, because I don't want them to spawn on kind of floating in the air, I added a line trace to that, and then take that location and then spawn them in from there. And the line trace is from the random spot that we get from this node here, get random location in navigable radius. So on the nav mesh, somewhere around this position, the origin, we get that, and I'm adding 100 to Z for the start, subtract 100 from that, from Z value to the end. So we do a line trace that is pointing from the top onto the terrain, hitting the terrain, going through it, and then where it hits the terrain, we have our new spot, our new location. I try to figure out that we only do this on terrain and not on other things. I haven't figured that out yet, so it's not this node, doesn't work. But if we connect it like that, then should get the proper location here. And now they are spawning there. This can be useful if we have an area like up there, which I will go through in a moment, where we have uneven terrain, and if they just spawn on the same level as the planter, they would spawn in the air. So here they should spawn on the hill itself, on the ground. Yeah, and they do that properly. Some of them kind of float, but that's just the model, the pivot of the model. Yeah, it's the trees that have an issue. I mean, this one here spawned there. Also scaling the meshes up causes some more issues like that. But most of the smaller plants are on the ground here, so that works. But the drain wasn't supposed to be, the planter wasn't supposed to be in this spot here anyway, so just put it there to test out the placement. And yeah, that works. It looks okay. apart from the trees. Okay, then I also changed a few things on the particles here. I added in a collision node that they collide with the bot and not go through it as they did before. Let's also go in here. No, not there. Where is it? Blueprints, game instance, and here. Let's put that to 0.5. And also this to 0.5 so that we can, they're not starting at 0 for our volumes there. Let's see if that works. Yeah, no, they all start at 50%, which is okay. I also need to add a sound to the faucets water thingies here when the water is being poured in. You have a sound for the if we're emptying it out, but not for filling it up. Another thing I want to do is change the bot, because at the moment our bot is a static mesh here, and the character here, the skeletal mesh that is on the character blueprint by default is just set to none and completely turned off, and I want to change my bot to be a skeletal mesh, basically give it bones, rig it, add animations and stuff like that, so that these legs or these engine exhausts here would move around a bit, the antenna would move a bit, and once we add arms for collecting stuff, that we also can animate those. But at the moment it's just a static mesh without any animations. I could also do the animations here, but I think turning it into a skeleton mesh might be a better idea. Let's see, what else did I want to do here? Oh yeah, one thing that we can look into first, because that's the biggest issue. I already moved the starting spot a bit so that we start in here. We can see the filling station and the goal in the distance, the plant spreader thing, and that was one of the issues that we had, that no one knew what they were supposed to do. They just moved around because they didn't see this filling station at the start, and I want to add some kind of tutorial, either a text on the screen or an indicator that points in the direction where you need to go next. So something like that. Not quite sure what I want to do for that. If I'm using an indicator on the ground, then that would be a widget, user interface, user widget, tutorial pointer. Yeah, we don't need a canvas panel because it's something that's on the ground. So the only thing that we really need is an image. And that image, I need to figure out if I have something that looks like an arrow. Let's go through this real quick and see if we have something like that. Let's see. What is in here? What kind of measures do we have there? Okay, it's just primitives. What kind of textures do we have here? Patterns. No. And those are also just patterns. Masks, sprites. I could take this one here just to try out something. No, I would need to create a proper material for this, I think. This doesn't look that good. Let's see, maybe I can find something else. I don't think I have anything in the project at the moment. That is, you can use kind of as a pointer or something like that. Let me import some stuff that I can use. Oh, it's not here. Give me a second. I need to start the external hard drive. So here we do have stuff that we might be able to use for that. Strategy game icons. No. icons. No. Sci-fi badges, rank icons. Yeah, we could use this as an arrow or something like that. Don't think there's anything more in here. No, these don't look that good. Just on their own. So just those are map tiles. Okay. Let's take these and fill them in here. Bulk export, bulk edit. All these are supposed to be UI. Yeah, it should be okay. Let's take that on. Wait. Clicked on this one. Why is it showing me the wrong one? There we go. Image size. Let's put that to 64 by 64. Compile. And go here. Okay, now we have a problem. Though now, let's have an idea how we can do this. Let's add a spring arm, and on the spring arm a widget. tutorial pointer there. Okay, that is huge. It's definitely wrong. And it's also not rotated correctly. So we have that at the moment. Now we just need to tell it to what to point at and then rotate it appropriately. So there are some notes for that. So if we go for this, that's just let's see, we have a base reference and we have all the grass spreaders here, the planters. So we can change this. So set relative rotation. And then here we are taking our base reference. Let's see. Okay. Let's try to get this a different way. Get look at target. This gives us a vector. No. There was a rotation thing in an earlier. Find look at rotation. There we go. So the start. So let's do the get actor location. It's our target. And this is our own see what we get from that. Okay, it points in the right direction. The problem is if we are moving, it's not updating because it doesn't know that it should update. So let's move this here to note that I try to avoid, but for this one it might be okay. I have this event tick here. It's ticking every frame. And we want this to update as often as possible, so let's just do it here. Okay, we have the issue that, oh, I'm doing this here wrong. Because I want the relative rotation only on the z-axis. So let's split this here. So we want only that one. Let's see. Yes. But now we have the issue that the arrow is rotating for a moment, but let's see if we just take the widget and put it here. Okay, now this doesn't work because it's changing our starting rotation here. But if we remove the spring arm, just take the widget. I'm getting the relative rotation here. Split those. Look here, only the pitch has a rotation. Okay, that is yay, it's spinning around. That's not good. So this doesn't have a rotation. The other issue is that the location is also not good because it's below this, so we can see it, yes, but if I just set this to 90, does it do it then? No, it's also not doing this properly. Maybe the issue is that we have a rotation in here already. And do we have a rotation here? No, this is not rotated. Maybe the other issue is that we are rotating this, so maybe we need to add something to this. Don't think that helps. No, it's pointing away when we start. But it's not. No, it's not really correcting itself. It's just spinning around. Maybe we need to set the world rotation, not the relative rotation here. Let's try that. Then maybe let's try this for the spring arm. Set world rotation. Just try that for the moment. Okay, so this is working now. So this is pointing towards the base, the beginning. The only issue is that this arrow is kind of hard to see. That's why I added the spring arm to it to give it a bit of distance, but the problem is if we set the world location, the world rotation here, for some reason the arm length here is ignored. Because it's supposed to have a distance to the origin here. It's world spaced, it's real time. Yeah, that's correct. Is all correct. Let's see, maybe do I need to change something here? Socket offset, target offset. Let's see what that changes. Yeah, no, this is not what we want there. Let's see, maybe if I set this higher. I haven't done stuff like that before, so. No, doesn't change anything. Still directly below the pivot there. Okay, so let's change this. Bit. So let's see. Event graph. Let's get a function. Get the closest planter. Here we have all the planters that are in the world. Let's do for each loop is break. And we need a variable here. Planter distance. Type float. Okay, let's set this. Let's compile this first. Set this to 1000. Oh wait, no, we need to set it to a really high number first. Let's set this to 1,000,000. And now we are getting the planter here. Get the actor location. And we get our own actor location. And then we do distance to that. If that is less than our planter distance, we want to do a branch here. So if that is true, I want to take that distance and set this as our new distance. Okay, now we have And so we have a shorter distance now. Let's see if we promote this to a local variable here. So, local plant reference. So we are getting that. Otherwise we are not doing anything. So if the distance is higher, then we ignore that. Not even sure if we need the break. So if that is done, I want to return that one. Let's see if that idea works. So it's going through the whole array here and tests if the distance is smaller. If the distance is smaller, we are setting this to our new distance and then set our local planter reference to the active array element. So if it's running through the whole thing, the idea is that it would give us the closest one. Which I'm not sure if it's doing that, but let's see. Okay, then on event tick, I want to do this. So on here I'm, do I need this? No, I don't need this. So I'm changing the string arm location there, and if we have the if we have enough water, let's see. Try something here. Let's do a select. So if we do have enough water, so if we don't have enough water, we want to take that. So we take the base as our reference there. If we do have enough water, wait. We are not taking the base reference here, but we are taking our get closest planter, which we can put to pure, and we are getting the location of our closest planter. which has a problem because we are using this on tick, so it will change every time we move. So let's see what this is giving us. So at the moment it is pointing here. Okay, now it's pointing in that direction. Now it's pointing here. Yeah, the problem is it's jumping around. Oh, we also need to make sure that the pointer hasn't been, the planter hasn't been activated. Because now it's still pointing towards that one. No, it's pointing in this direction. No, now it's pointing in that direction. So even though we are close to that one up there, it's not giving us the right one. It found something over there, so it's not really pointing to the closest one. We just got lucky on the first one. Because it should spring and point to this one here now. So we are right next to it. Oh, and we also get... Yeah, now we get issues here. Because this is not set. Set world rotation. Get closest planter node. Yeah, okay, here we need to make sure that this is valid. Okay, so we need to do this in 2 steps. We can't do it like this with a select. Okay, let's do a branch here. We are first checking if we have enough water. Wait, what? OBS. The problem is I haven't streamed in a while, so it's changing. It has changed a lot of all the settings basically. Yeah, I can't change this now. That's the problem. Damn it. Need to restart the stream. can't change any settings on the fly. Damn it. Give me a second. Maybe I can do that. I'm taking a really short break. Be right back and see if. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to do this without restarting. Maybe that works. I'm not sure. I doubt it. And there are other people in chat and lurking in the background. So, give me a. Yeah, I need to restart. Be right back.